Hi everybody and welcome to another video with Spartan086, and today thought I would get up this wee bad boy. This is my own little paint job and customisation of Forces of Valor Hanomag that I have made into a Pioneer version. So obviously we all know about the Hanomag. It was designated SD-KFC 251 or Sonderkraft Fahrzeuge, special purpose vehicle or special ordnance vehicle. So what I've really done was, it was a winter version that I decided to get a little customization kit, a 135 kit, put it on, and then thought, really, what else could I add to this? So I thought, what's the big thing that usually happens in the military? You might get given some kit, usually maybe a set of webbing or I don't know, something else, and you decide to, well, this isn't exactly perfect for me, so you then customise it to the way you want it. So I started thinking outside the box. Being a gunner, not really used to doing the heavy lifting that the engineers do, ha ha ha. But the idea was, what as an engineer would you might do when you're in a situation? So I thought logs. So obviously you've got the rails here that go across, and maybe put that across maybe an entrenchment or tank trap, or maybe some place that obviously a normal vehicle couldn't pass. But then I thought, what happens if they need something extra? So obviously I've got the logs this side and I put logs that side. So I put down a little wooden bench. I've got logs inside, and I've got a larger bench, and then I've tied obviously the rope around it to look like it's secure. Then I gave it a nice wee paint job. Now the paint job I've given it is not precisely how German units did, but it is a very similar colour scheme to what they did. It's a Vallejo Ochre and a Vallejo, I think it's dark yellow. I need to just double check. Sorry, yeah. It was a dark yellow that I used across, and then it's a Vallejo Ochre green, and then it's a burnt ember around. So it turned out a lot better than I thought. I used a type of armour brown to do the pontoons on top, and then I did a wee bit of marking, obviously try to keep the colour the same as the vehicle, and then I've added a wee bit of yellow in here to the dirt, so it still looks like the vehicle originally was yellow. Tried my best at that, and I've tried to keep obviously the license, the vehicle license registration on it. Hasn't went 100%, but a lot better than I thought. I've still got a couple of wee things to do. Obviously I'm going to add command antennas, and then I'm going to add top cover, obviously MG42 and the protection plate. I'm still looking at if I'm going to buy some 135 troops Pioneers that I can add to the vehicle as I'm doing it, because I don't really think the original Forces of Valor troops jumping off the vehicle all armed to the teeth and white kit kind of sorts it, so I might look into that. But so far so good. It turned out a lot better than I hoped. Obviously the tracks are still moving and that, and it turned out a lot better than I hoped, so that's a good thing. I'll add in another wee thing. I'm in the middle of another customization over here, which is an Opel Blitz with a 3-ton crane added on, so hopefully I'll get that video up shortly. And the other thing was, I'm not really into doing this, but got it in the post today, and I am over the moon. This is a Unimax Challenger 2 in pure desert colour. It is obviously missing the commander's main thermal sight, etc., and the gunner's main sight. Obviously it's still there, but they've for some reason taken bits off. They've also taken off the rear plate to the Dorchester armour here, and they've also added in a wee driver. So that's not too bad. I'm still thinking, I've got a plan in my head what I want to do, but I thought I'd put this up to show you how cool somebody else has done a paint job on their Forces of Valor. Also you see that it's got recognition plates here as well, which is pretty funky, I don't think I'm going to remove them. But the idea for this one would be I'm going to do a Street Fighter kit. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, obviously those serving or have served in the British Army recently, the Charlie 2s have had an upgrade where they get what's called Street Fighter added on. So what they're doing is they're getting a dozer at the front, and they're getting a 360 thermal camera at the top, so the crew inside can see around them consistently, and it can also help infantry in a predicament in an urban environment. So the other thing they've got back here would be one of these drums open up for infantry for kit. There's also a two-way phone between the tank crew and supporting infantry to speak to one another. There's also a wee LCD screen which they can access the camera, and there's supposed to be another camera that goes at the end of the barrel, 360 again. So obviously as the tank's moving through the street, etc., moves past a building here, the barrel's out, they can then see maybe there's emplaced infantry waiting, so then they can then make a plan to then manoeuvre into a position and then engage them. So not too bad. Thought I'd get that up and get a wee show off. I know it's kind of impeding this video, but sorry about that. I was very excited when it arrived. So hope you guys like this. This is an absolute belter. Really enjoying this. This is getting added to my third customization of a Forces of Valor Hanomag. So I've already got the Nubbelwerfer. I have a customised SS Cannon Wagon, and obviously then I've got the Pioneer vehicle, which I think is a big change. Obviously most of the things I'm doing are for war, and the Pioneers are kind of left out there and not getting a wee mention. So overall, I hope you like this, guys, and until the next time, take care, bye bye.